The next few weeks were a tightrope walk. I'd get a few messages a day. A woman named Jody whose picture was just a close-up of an eye, the pupil dilated unnaturally. A man named Silas who only sent single, cryptic words: hunger, cold, door. I used the closing phrase on him immediately. I learned the rhythm of it. The polite, stilted conversations. The careful avoidance of triggers. Jody once asked me what I'd had for dinner. "Jody, it smells good. Were you eating?" I almost replied steak before rule number 7 flashed in my mind. Never offer them food or drink. The concept of consumption is an aggressive trigger. "Frank, just finishing up. How was your day?" The typing bubbles appeared for a long, tense time. Then, "Jody, my day is not done." The conversations were always like that. A dance on the edge of a knife. The worst part was Josh. He'd ask if I'd met anyone yet. He and Sarah were inseparable, and he seemed genuinely, blissfully happy. But I'd see things. We were at the bar once, and Sarah was staring at her own reflection in the black screen of her phone, her head tilted at an odd angle, her expression utterly blank. When she noticed me looking, she smiled, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. It was just like the picture of Noelle. Too wide. A performance. The real trouble started with Elena. She called me late one night, her voice trembling. "Frank, I did something stupid." "What's wrong?" I asked, sitting bolt upright in bed. "I downloaded it. The app. I was just so lonely." And this message came through. She took a shuddering breath. "His name was Mark. Mark was her ex-husband. Elena, close the channel. Now. Use the phrase." "I can't," she sobbed. "He knows things. Things only Mark would know. The name of my childhood dog. The song we danced to at prom. He's telling me he's sorry. That he made a mistake." Rule number 9 screamed in my head. "They will mimic. It is a lure. That's not him, Elena. It's the app. It's what it does." "But what if it is?" she whispered. "What if this is some kind of second chance?" I spent the next hour trying to convince her, but it was no use. She was hooked on the hope it was offering. The next day, she didn't answer my calls. Or the day after. Her roommate reported her missing on the 3rd day. The police found her apartment unlocked. Her phone was on the kitchen counter, open to the Echo app. The chat with Mark was empty, wiped clean. The silence that followed was different. It wasn't empty anymore. It was heavy. Full of dread. I stopped using the app, but I couldn't bring myself to delete it. It felt like severing the last, tenuous link to what had happened to Elena. Josh was a wreck. He couldn't understand. "It was working for me," he kept saying, his eyes wild. "Sarah is real. It worked for me." About a week after Elena disappeared, my phone buzzed. It was the app. I ignored it. It buzzed again. And again. A frantic, insistent rhythm. My curiosity, that terrible human flaw, got the better of me. I opened it. The screen was flooded with messages from Jody, Noelle, and a dozen others, all variations on the same theme: "Let us in. We know you're alone now. Open the door." But it was the last message, at the bottom of the list, that made my heart stop. "Elena, Frank? Are you there?" My thumb trembled as I tapped the message. The profile picture was a photo of her I'd taken myself, last summer at a barbecue. She was smiling, a real, genuine smile. But as I looked closer, I saw the subtle distortions. The slight asymmetry in her eyes. The way the light seemed to hit her face unnaturally, as if she were a cardboard cutout. Frank, Elena? Oh my God, where are you? Are you okay? The typing bubbles appeared. I felt a surge of hope so powerful it almost made me sick. Elena, it's so dark here, Frank. He tricked me. Frank, who tricked you? Where are you? I can call the police, I can help. Elena, there are no police here. Only echoes. He took my voice. He's wearing my memories. But he doesn't have them all. He doesn't know about the scar. I froze. The scar. When we were kids, we'd been climbing a tree and a branch broke. I fell and landed on a rock, splitting my knee open. Elena had been the one to help me limp home. No one else knew that story. Not Josh, not my ex-wife. Only Elena. Frank, the scar on my knee? Elena, he doesn't know about it. It's a part of you he can't see. A part he can't copy. Frank, I think I can get out. But I need you to open a door for me. Not a physical one. A channel. You have to break a rule. My mind was racing. Was this real? A piece of the real Elena, trapped somewhere, fighting back? Or was it the most sophisticated lure yet? Elena, you have to use the app in front of a mirror, Frank. He can't stand reflections. It's like fire to them. It will burn his copy of me away and create a back door. For me. Please. I'm scared. Rule number 6. Never use the app in front of any reflective surface. I was torn. My rational mind was screaming that it was a trap. But the hope, the desperate, aching hope of saving my friend, it was a powerful poison. I walked into the bathroom, my phone in my hand, and stood before the mirror. My own face looked back at me, pale and haggard. I held up the phone. On the screen, the chat with Elena was open. In the reflection, I could see my own back, the phone held in my hand. But the screen in the reflection, it wasn't showing the chat. It was showing a live video feed of my own bathroom, from an angle slightly behind me. And in the reflection, standing right behind me, was a figure. Tall and gaunt, its limbs too long, its face a smooth, featureless canvas. It raised a long, pale hand and waved. I screamed and dropped the phone, spinning around. There was nothing there. The bathroom was empty. I scrambled to pick up the phone. A new message had appeared. Elena, you saw him, didn't you? That's what they really look like. Now be quick. Let me in before he comes back. My phone buzzed with an incoming call. It was Josh. I answered, my voice a strangled gasp. Josh. It's a trap. It's all a trap. Frank? Whoa, calm down, man. What's going on? At 42, loneliness is a silence so loud you'd do anything to make it stop. I found a mysterious app that promised to end the quiet by finding my perfect match, but its list of terrifying rules was the first warning. The second warning was when my best friend vanished, and something wearing her face started messaging me that it was right outside my home. The first thing you lose, when you get to my age, isn't your hair or your hearing. It's the background noise. For 42 years, my life had a soundtrack, the chaos of a shared college dorm, the hum of a new marriage, the first cries of my daughter, the shouted arguments that marked the end of it all. Even the quiet that followed my divorce had a sound, the low thrum of loneliness, which is a noise all its own. But lately, that had faded too, replaced by a silence so profound it felt like pressure in my ears. That's where I was, marinating in that silence at a sticky table in the rusty mug, when Josh slid his phone across to me. The place smelled of stale beer and regret, our usual haunt since our wives had, in their own separate and spectacular ways, decided our time was up. "You gotta see this, Frank," he said, his voice a low conspiracy. I glanced at the screen. It looked like some bare-bones app from the early 2000s, a black screen with a simple, text-based list. "What is it? A stock tracker for companies that went bust in '08? My other friend, Elena, snorted into her wine. She was the third point of our little triangle of misfit toys, sharp as a tack and with a cynicism that could curdle milk. "Let me guess. Another one of your crypto scams, Josh? Is this the one that's going to buy you that boat you keep showing us pictures of?" Josh ignored her, his eyes fixed on me. He was a man perpetually chasing the next big thing, the shortcut, the life hack. It was a habit that had cost him more than it had ever earned him. "It's a dating app," he whispered, leaning in so close I could smell the onion rings on his breath. "But not a normal one. This thing, it's different." The app was called Echo. No logo, just a word in a stark, white font. No profiles to swipe, no bios to skim. Just a single, ominous button that said "Open Channel." "Okay," I said, pushing the phone back. "I've had my fill of dating apps, man. I've seen enough pictures of women holding up a fish they didn't catch to last a lifetime. I'm good." "No, you don't get it," he insisted, flipping his worn baseball cap around, a nervous tic he'd had since high school. "You don't swipe. You don't search. You just open the channel. And it connects you. But the real shit, the part that's messing with my head, is the rules." He tapped a tiny, almost hidden eye icon in the corner. A wall of text appeared. "Terms of service. A 10-minute response is required. Failure to reply within this window is a breach of protocol. To decline a connection, you must use the exact phrase, 'Thank you, but this channel is now closed.' No deviation is permitted. To end an ongoing conversation, you must use the same phrase, 'Thank you, but this channel is now closed.' Persistence after closure is a level 1 alert. If a connection continues to message you, secure your location. Bar all points of entry. Ascend to the highest possible point in your dwelling. Contact support via the designated function. Delete Echo immediately. Do not reinstall. Communication is prohibited between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This is the dead hour. Do not send or open messages during this time. Never discuss your reflection. Do not describe what you see in a mirror, and do not use the app in front of any reflective surface. Never offer them food or drink. The concept of consumption is an aggressive trigger. Do not engage. Never agree to meet. They will ask. They will tempt you with knowledge of your deepest desires. Decline. If they claim to know your location, it is a level 1 alert. See rule number 4. They will mimic. They learn from you. They will adopt the mannerisms and memories of those you have lost. Do not be deceived. This is a lure. We are not liable for the echoes you invite. I stared at the screen, a cold dread coiling in my gut. This wasn't a dating app. It was the instruction manual for a seance. Josh, what in the hell is this? Some kind of alternate reality game? Promotion for a horror movie? Elena leaned over, her brow furrowed as she read. They will mimic the memories of those you have lost? She scoffed, but her voice was tight. This is sick. This is some 4chan creepypasta nonsense. That's what I thought, Josh said, his voice earnest. But my cousin, the IT guy? He found it on some encrypted board. Invite only. He says the servers are ghosted, routed through a dozen dead-end proxies. It's not commercial. And Frank, it works. He lowered his voice again. People aren't meeting the things on the app. The app just learns you. It figures out what you're missing, what hole you have in your life. And then, a few weeks later, you meet someone. Out in the real world. The perfect person. They're just drawn to you. Like a magnet. He beamed, a little too brightly. It's how I met Sarah. Sarah was Josh's new girlfriend. We'd only met her once. She was perfect. Unnervingly so. Quiet, beautiful, laughed at all his dumb jokes, looked at him like he was the only man on earth. It was the kind of thing you're happy to see for your friend, but a small, cynical part of you can't quite believe is real. Now, a new, more sinister explanation was presenting itself. Elena stood up abruptly, grabbing her purse. I'm out. This is messing with me, and frankly, Josh, given everything I've been through, waving this find your perfect soulmate crap in my face is a low blow. Her divorce was fresher than mine, the wounds still raw. She looked at me. Don't you dare download this, Frank. I didn't. Not that night. I went home to my silent, empty house and tried to forget about it. But loneliness is a patient predator. It waits. And after another week of quiet dinners and conversations with the television, I found myself thinking about the app. About the idea of a magnet, drawing someone to fill the echoing void. I asked Josh for the invite link. He sent it without a word. My finger hovered over the download button for a full minute before I pressed it. The app was exactly as he'd shown me. Black, Spartan, unsettling. I pressed open channel. For hours, nothing happened. I was about to write it off as a dud when my phone buzzed with a sound that felt different from a normal notification. Sharper. A message had appeared. Noelle, the silence is loud, isn't it? My blood ran cold. It was too specific. I looked at her profile. Just a name and a single, grainy picture. A woman standing in a sun-drenched field of wheat. Her smile was a fraction too wide, her eyes not quite looking at the camera, but somewhere just past it. The uncanny valley. I checked the clock. 11:42 p.m. I had 10 minutes. My hands shook as I typed. Frank, it can be. Hello. The 3 dots indicating a reply appeared and disappeared for a full minute. Then, Noelle, I can make it quiet for you. The good kind of quiet. I didn't know what to say. The rules swirled in my head. They will tempt you with knowledge of your deepest desires. I typed the escape phrase. Frank, thank you, but this channel is now closed. The message was marked as read. No reply came. I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding and put the phone down, my heart hammering against my ribs. They got Elena, and they're trying to get me. Sarah. Josh, I don't think Sarah is what you think she is. There was a pause on the other end of the line. Then, a soft chuckle. It wasn't Josh's laugh. It was light, airy, and utterly devoid of humor. Oh, Frank, the voice said, and now it was Sarah's voice, smooth as silk. He knows. He's known for a while. He just prefers this. It's easier. Quieter. I heard a faint scuffling sound, and then Josh's voice, distant and muffled, as if from another room. It's okay, Frank. It doesn't hurt. You just become part of the signal. Stronger. My blood turned to ice. They had him. A loud crash came from my living room. The sound of a window shattering. Elena, too late, Frank. You opened the door. My phone screen flickered. The chat with Elena vanished, replaced by a single line of text from the app's system. Support, a level 1 alert has been triggered at your location. Please secure your location. Bar all points of entry. Ascend to the highest possible point in your dwelling. I didn't need to be told twice. I bolted from the bathroom, slamming the door, and sprinted for the attic stairs, my heart threatening to explode. I could hear something moving downstairs. A slow, wet, dragging sound. It wasn't the sound of footsteps. It was the sound of something heavy and boneless being pulled across the floor. I'm in the attic now. I've wedged an old dresser against the pull-down door. My phone has 1% battery left. The dragging sound has stopped, right below me, in the hallway. A new message just appeared on my screen. It's not from Elena or Josh or any of the others. It's from a new channel. There's no name. Just a profile picture. It's a photo of me. It's a picture of me, taken from an angle just behind my own head, showing me huddled here in the attic, typing this into my phone. The message is one word. Hello. The dragging sound has started again. It's moving towards the attic stairs. No, not dragging. Climbing. It's climbing the walls. I can hear it scratching on the ceiling right beneath my feet. I broke the rules. All of them. And now the Echo is here to collect. If you find this, if you ever see an app called Echo, don't open the channel. Just run. Because once you hear the echo, it never, ever stops. It just gets closer,